Okay, so Luis Garcia here again, and on this video I will show you the rename tools and what you can do with these tools. So open these tools. Here you can see you can set a base name for when you rename the objects, the data, the mesh. You can choose a custom name here. Then you must define here what data blocks to rename. In that case, by default, is the objects, which is the object name. In that case, wall3. The data, if it's checked, will rename the data, the name data. And if is checked the rename materials, will rename the first material here. I not use this for the Unreal Engine because I prefer create my own materials based on master materials. But anyway, I find this on the original Addon called batch rename data block, so I include here too, because maybe for someone can be useful. And then here I have the option for choose if I want to rename the objects as if the objects will act as collision objects in Unreal Engine. You will see in a moment. And then if I want a custom prefix for the rename process, I can also set up here. Then these little options here is for say to the add-on where I want to add the prefix. Also, if it's collider, when I want to include the prefix for the collider, and etc. So in that case, in the object and in the data. Okay, so let's do a basic operation first, for you can see much better all of this. I have loaded here the test file included with the add-on. You can see here on the first layer I have the monkey. We have subsurf for see something later on the export tools. I have a basic rig, okay, basic rig, and I have here a human from make human. Then I have this scene here, which is what I want to use now. If you can see here, I have the pivot point of this asset here. Imagine that this is a lot of whiles for make a modular level, for example. Here I have another with this pivot point here. And then on the layer below, I have some objects that will act as collision objects, okay, and the pivot point is at center of this mesh, okay. And also take a look at the name. The name for these objects are cube, cube 049, etc., cube 047, okay, and also the mesh is it's different. The name here is cube, but the data is Suzanne. Here the data is Suzanne and the name is cube, and so on. Okay, so first, for you can see what do this add-on, let's match the name data with the object data. Okay, so let's choose all these objects I have selected, and Then I choose, I want the base name to be the object name, and I want to rename only the data. This can be checked, no problem, because this only take effect if you have one of these selected. So now you can click rename, and if you see now, this is the cube 047, and rename the data to cube 047, and so on. Okay, this is the cube, this is the cube, this is the cube. Okay, but this is not good if you want to export as a collision object, because Unreal Engine only detect this as collision if have a predefined prefix for the epic. I mean, only detect if it's collision if you have a predefined prefix from epic. The prefix is, let me, where I have it, here, UCX Susan. If you have UCX for the Unreal Engine, when you import the object, the FBX file, will detect this as a collision object for the object Susan. In that case, I don't have an object called Susan. But anyway, what I want is rename these pieces as a collision objects for these pieces. And this piece is called while3, and this piece is called while2. Okay, so let's start with while3, and let's copy this name, and I will pass here, and I will choose custom. So the base name will be while3. Okay, then I want to rename the objects, because I want to rename these objects, the object name and the data name. I want to rename the objects, I want to rename the data, and I choose this is a collision. Okay, that's all. Now I can select both pieces and click rename, and as you can see now, include the collision prefix and also include the suffix 1 and here suffix 0 for Unreal can read the two collision objects. Okay, it's good because if you see here, when Blender have more than one cube at a point and 0.48 instead of underscore, that is what Unreal Engine read. Okay, so with this option is set. Now let's set these names for these collisions. So I go here on my layer, I want this name, so copy this name, paste it here. Okay, while2. I want the same options, rename objects, rename data, and is collider. So I go to here on my colliders, I select these two colliders and click on rename. Now I have the correct name also in these colliders. Okay, so now I have some colliders related to some assets on my scenes. Okay, on my scene. And now, I think you see the point of these RenameTools. Let me show you the button for set collision pivots that I not explained on the first video. Okay, so I have this, and I have this, and remember, on the collision objects, I have the pivot point in other places. Here is on the center of the geometry, and here is on this corner for the correct rotation. Okay, so for set the correct pivot points here on the collision objects because it's needed for place the collisions on the good place when you import into Unreal Engine. Choose these two objects and press this button, set collision pivots, and then you can see here the pivot point is moving to the correct place. Okay, so these assets are ready for export. So on the next video I will explain all the options for the export tools and how to export all these in a good workflow. So I hope you like this, and I hope you see the next video, which is the most important, I think. So see you on the next video.